Nerds presents There Will Be Spoilers. We are your hosts, Nicole. Tonight we've got Armani.
Howdy.
And Mo.
Hola.
Same crew, different day. So, a lot has happened today in the Game of Thrones world. We got the official date for season 8, which is April 14th.
T-minus 3 months to this day.
Oh, yeah, shit.
To this day.
I feel like this year is going to go by a lot quicker just because we're waiting for Game of Thrones. Like, these first months of the year is about to fly.
It's already January 14th, yo.
Word. It's crazy. But I'm ready. But you know what? Just thinking about that just means because tickets have already gone on sale for Captain Marvel as well. So it's just like, yeah, tickets went on sale for Captain Marvel.
I'm good. Actually, no, I'm not. Now that you say that, I still know I'm gonna be there. That's why I can't really buy my shit. Because for Black Panther, this isn't okay for me to admit this. I had to go see Black Panther on a Saturday, yo. On a Saturday. I always go see mine on Thursday, but I waited. It was like maybe 2 weeks before, and I was like, all right, I'm straight. No, sir. Them shits were sold out on Thursday and Friday. I had to go see them on the set. So when Avengers came out, I was like, nah, B.
I said, I normally get my stuff for the draft house like this early, but I haven't even looked at it because what's the release date for Captain Marvel?
Exactly, March 8th. It's a month and a half in advance.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to contemplate that later on this week. Even though I'm pretty sure at this point Thursday night is sold out. So
at this point, man, hold up. We're gonna be talking, and I'm gonna start doing some mini research and just to see.
All right.
Right now, what that's looking like around me, because that's wild. It is January 14th. It comes out on March 8th.
They sell out that quick. But, so, we'll talk about some of those Game of Thrones things later on at the end. But, let's go ahead and jump into episode 4, Garden of Bones. So, I made the comment previously that we have not seen Grey Wind in action, and Game of Thrones determined that was a lie. This episode starts off with Grey Wind doing his thing, like, coming up on the Bolton men, and then we, smooth, nice little transition to Robb sitting on his horse, and then slowly, going in. Mm-hmm. So evidently there was more Grey Wind than I realized in this series.
I knew there was at least one scene that I forgot about.
It was still, I don't know, it was what it was. So we get Lord Bolton. Robb literally meets his end because this is when he meets Talisa.
Mm-hmm. The medic.
Yeah, the combat medic. From Volantis. Never dawned on me that she was from Volantis. I don't even think that even means shit or matters, quite frankly, because she just was a problem.
Where is Volantis? That's not where they speak Valyrian, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was Valyria.
Well, but don't talk about Talisa though. Like, she wasn't a problem on purpose. She just, he saw what he liked. I like her because she was straightforward and she was fine. That's got to be another, how we always get sidetracked. It's got to be another part of the podcast. For the guys, I got to say my top 5 finest on the show. For the ladies, I got to say y'all top finest dudes on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Start thinking about that now. We'll circle back.
Oh, I already know who number 1.
Who? Brienne?
Who you think I'm Who?
I said Brienne.
Oh, knock it off.
You can't do Mo like that. He caping for Yara.
I am not caping for y'all. Damn, y'all don't know. All right, so if y'all had to take a for real serious guess, y'all don't think y'all know who my number 1 is?
Dany.
No, she close.
Ooh, Ellaria.
Who?
Alara Sand.
2. She is number 2.
Hold on. Marjorie.
Nope. Y'all just sleeping on.
Like now, I'm actually kind of thrown because I thought it was gonna be Daenerys.
No, she 3rd. But Sunday number 1, baby. Grey Worm, baby mama.
Okay. All right. You're right. You know what? And I guess it's again because we haven't gotten there. Although we ain't gotten to half the people, but yeah.
Right. But yeah, Larry number 2, she fine. She's only in the show for 2.5 episodes. But ooh-wee.
They were impactful episodes.
Oh yeah, they was some savages. I like evils. I like ones like that. You can play a nice role, then I'll cut your throat real fast.
Poison you.
Poison you, you know what I'm saying? Real quietly. So, all right, we'll continue because, like I said, I get sidetracked.
Joffrey gets publicly humiliated. Joffrey's public humiliation of Sansa starts. And my thinking rewatching this again today was like, where was his mother? Because she was really never too far from Joffrey or Sansa. So it's like, where was she at when this was going on?
She was in that mode now that she was kind of keeping to herself because she know Joffrey wasn't talking to her, wasn't like filling her in on the day to day, and he was doing his own thing and wasn't taking her counsel anymore. So she was sliding.
So we're drinking. So the Hound steps in. Well, more so, Tyrion steps in. And then, tells somebody to cover up, and the Hound, steps up to give her some cover.
I kind of need you to refresh me on this one.
So this was a scene where he was, had her on the ground. He told Samara Trant to, slap her. And,
Rob was winning. He was punishing her for Rob's victories.
Yeah. And he was sitting there and he was pointing his arrow at her.
Oh, his crossbow?
Yeah, he's pointing that crossbow at her or whatever. And then... Samara, fucking ripped her clothes. And that's when Tyrion walked in there and was like, what's going on? And
okay.
She's supposed to become your wife. And, does her honor mean nothing to you? That whole... And then he helps her. He walks out and he was like, do you want to end this engagement? And she was like, Joffrey is my one true love. And then he was like, oh, you might survive us yet.
I always see the meme of the little black kid that's, sitting at his desk. And then he does, when your parents be like, get grounded, and then he does the little angry kick.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Then he got on a white shirt. He's like, argh! He does a little. That's why I did when Sansa said that to Joffrey at that point. That's why Joffrey stopped. Joffrey. That's why Tyrion stopped. Bitch, this dude just did all this stuff to you in front of everybody. Got the bow to your face like he about to murder you because some stuff your brother doing, and then you still gonna be like, Joffrey is my one true love. What?
PTSD is real. Or Stockholm Syndrome.
Or, like you said in previous podcasts, street self-preservation.
Yeah. That's really what it is.
When it comes to Sansa, honestly, I feel like her self-preservation to a point was justifiable. But there were two opportunities when she could have left. And she should have left. When Tyrion asked her to leave, and when the Hound asked her to leave.
When did the Hound ask her to leave?
At Blackwater. This is further on, but when the Hound was in a room, because he was hiding after they started setting everything on fire, and he was like, "You want to leave?" He's like, "I'm leaving, and you can come with me." He said, "I'll take you with me." And she's like, "No, I must stay."
I do remember that part now.
I totally forgot about that.
What was the other part?
When did Tyrion ask her to leave?
I want to say it was before Joffrey got married to Marjorie, yeah.
Well, he was trying to marry her to somebody and send her. He was trying to, I think, send her
with the Tyrells.
Yeah, Marjorie was trying to get her to High Garden, and then that's when they stepped in and was like, she'll marry Tyrion.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they forced. Yeah, I was about to say I thought they forced that on her.
Yeah, they did. And wasn't that Littlefinger's suggestion because I think he knew that they were trying to get. I think he kind of caught wind that they were trying to get her out of there. So wasn't it Tyrion who suggested that marriage? I believe it was. I feel like it was Littlefinger who suggested that.
That she married Tyrion?
Uh-huh.
Possibly. I don't remember, but I do know it was Marjorie that was trying to get her to marry Loras when they had that talk with her in the garden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I don't understand why they didn't just marry them right away.
Yeah, what you waiting for? Whatever. You gotta have the king's blessing. At that point, they gotta sign off on that. At that point, he would have had to sign off on that. They weren't gonna let Sansa at that point just think she was living free.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what she wants. But this episode was actually one of them episodes. We kind of, I don't know, we didn't talk about it earlier, but it was jumping from scene to scene really quickly.
Wasn't it?
It was little bits of everything. Because it went from that to Marjorie and Littlefinger meet, and that little, 2-minute exchange they had where basically he was like, yeah, I know your boyfriend, I know you're shagging your brother.
Mm-hmm.
To Arya gets the Harrenhal.
To even before that, it started out when Tyrion said that Joffrey need to calm his little ass down, he sent the two whores to the room, and he got the abusing the shit out of him and Raz. Her and Raz.
Yeah, that shit. That was just like crazy. So Joffrey, we're gonna assume Joffrey died a virgin. So Littlefinger lies to Catelyn. This is when you knew he was officially trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he lied to her and told her that they still had Arya.
I didn't get his point in doing that. Like what he was gaining from that.
I think this is when it changed for him that Catelyn was no longer an option. Like now he need to figure out what he wants because she ain't an option no more. And helping them ain't gonna help him. Mm-hmm. So I think at this point he kind of started to turn to maybe I do need to stick with the Lannisters. So he was doing their bidding. Because I know Tyrion didn't tell him to go lie to him about
Arya.
Yeah. Even if he said, here, take Ned's bones back. Which truthfully, I feel like the way that was presented almost as a threat anyway. Like,
that shit was trash.
Yeah, the way you brought her husband's body up in that box. After you're gonna say, maybe you guys should give back Jaime and for the girls, and by the way, I your husband's body. You should think about your girls. Like, that was a threat.
That was the olive branch. That was lame as fuck.
Yeah, I want to know what's in the box. What's in the box?
Not a damn thing.
He's like, did they take his head off the wall?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, okay, because obviously he'd been dismembered, like he'd been like cut up.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what did they put him in a bag and put him in the box and like put his head in? Like, how did she know? Like, what did she see when she opened it? The bag and maybe his clothes on it or what? Like, I know he didn't have his head chilling on top of it.
In a separate baggage.
Yeah. So
I need to go back and watch Game of Thrones blooper scenes and see if like she goes to the box to try to act like she crying. And then there's like a cast member in that bitch.
That would be awesome. What's his face walks by? The one who played Ned.
Oh yeah.
So we get Arya's list, which is Cersei, Polliver. Why was Polliver on her list? Who the fuck is Polliver?
Polliver was kids. This one they just got to Harrenhal. Was this the one that took her sword?
The kid who took her sword?
Yeah.
I gotta kill that kid. That little blonde boy who tried.
The dude that took his sword was the bald headed dude that killed the person that they thought was Gendry.
Yeah, I thought it's okay. Isn't he Polliver?
I don't know. He's probably Googled it. But her list was Cersei, Polliver, the Mountain, Sir Ellen Payne, the Hound, and I feel like there was somebody else. I feel like Sir Meryn Trant was on that list as well.
Yeah, because that's the one that went around and was killing those babies, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the main gold cloak.
Stannis gives Renly an ultimatum. You can, put down your banners and join me, and I'll give you, small council. This was not a bad option. Like, at that moment, it was almost like, you know what, maybe we should just agree to this for now, and then we'll work out the details later.
Yeah, Renly was real stupid to me. Like, I wasn't a fan of his character whatsoever. Because it's just, okay, you know your brother. You know his army. What makes you think that you could have beat him?
He had more numbers.
He had numbers, but he didn't really have the enforcement to do anything with those numbers.
Right.
And he was really, even from season 1, he was more that character that was like more of an advisor than an actual
king.
Yeah.
True. And when it's like all this shit you had going on as far as, you and Sir Loras, you think you'd have just wanted to kept your business low key anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he would have been better off just supporting his brother's claim. And then when his brother said, I'll name you an heir, it would have been like, all right, we'll rock with that. And then he'll die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just poison him at some point. Like, he ain't gonna have no sons. That was an option, a missed opportunity. Dany reaches Karth.
So you think, going back on the point you just made, you think Renly would have poisoned his nephew?
His brother.
Huh?
Renly could have poisoned Stannis at some point.
Oh, okay. Before it even got to the nephew point.
Yeah. Before it even got to the nephew point.
Okay.
Let Stannis get seated, let things calm down, and then we could off him. After I have paperwork saying that I'm his heir.
Paperwork. You know how Cersei feel about that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you need more than paperwork.
Cersei ripping up papers like, nigga, I don't do nothing. Rip.
Got a couple ravens. Make sure everybody knows.
Right.
Invoke the unbreakable vow.
We meet Zaros Zoendoxis, the second black man that's not a slave, and he's a piece of shit.
The richest man in Cars.
Hey man, why is he a piece of shit?
He lied to Danny. He gonna try and granted, that's not covered in these 3 episodes, but we know that he lies about having all this wealth and gold, trying to, take her or get her to marry him. He got all these fake ass promises, and then as soon as she goes missing, this is just skipping ahead. Fuck it. So when her dragons get taken by the warlocks, and she's in there, I can't imagine she was gone for more than a day or 2. Okay, he jumped into bed where the only one of her members of her, Khalasar that was alive still, because the other girl got murdered. He jumps into bed with her. It's like, okay, she wasn't even gone that long. How long was Danny in there for?
And he set her dragons up to be taken.
That's what I'm saying. So did he set up the dragons to be taken and for them to capture her? Was that the actual plan?
Yeah, I think so, because I thought he was sleeping, because what I inferred was that he was sleeping with that chick, and she helped set him up to get taken. Because that was the one that was her advisor, or kind of
was hired by her brother.
Yeah, okay.
To teach her how to please Drogo.
Yeah, so it's she was there, and she had the inside information, so I figured that she helped them get through all the Dothraki. And that's why she put her in that. She put her in that safe with him.
Well, when she walked in, they weren't in bed together. Yeah, bitch, you're done too. It's all right.
Yeah, y'all jumping because we ain't even on that episode.
Well, you asked why he's a piece of shit.
I'm saying for this early part of the episode, I get why.
Oh, okay. Track it.
What if the man was just trying to, he didn't become the richest man in Cars, but you said that 8 times. We get it, nigga. You got money. All right.
So the dudes at Harrenhal want the Brotherhood without banners. So this will, we see that they're after the Brotherhood. Tywin arrives, and he knows Arya's a girl.
Mm-hmm.
So he pulls her out, and this is I had loved how all this time they're looking for Arya, and she's right there with Tywin.
Right. Martin will say right up under the nose.
We find out Cersei is extra nasty because she's sleeping with Lancel as well.
In Jaime's place.
This is just so nasty. Yeah, how do you your brother's not enough.
He said, my brother's gone, so I need to have comfort with my cousin. Okay.
Of all the men in the court, you can't find one that's not related to you.
Right. All the men in the court that are just knocked down the queen quickly.
They ought to be Lannisters. And then Melisandre.
And she really pointing you, cousin. Can you do this for me?
And then, Lancel agrees to start spying for Tyrion. So, literally, that was the end. Oh, well, then Melisandre gives birth to,
Yeah. Don't skip the fact that she giving birth to damn
shadows.
Seriously.
That was literally the entire episode. That episode went mad. It just jumped, and just it was definitely a filler episode for sure.
The next episode too.
Showing up. Episode 5, Ghost of Harrenhal. Okay, so Renly gets offed. Catelyn and Brienne flee. Loras is sad.
Loras ain't sad.
I said Loras is sad. So Loras is sad. He was mad when Renly died.
He's ready to kill for his boo.
Yes, he was. That was so sweet. Marjorie's look, we ain't got time for this. I need you to get this shit together and let's get up out of here. And this is when, she tells Littlefinger that she ain't trying to be a queen. She's trying to be the queen.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn Marjorie is about that life. So, I asked where was Cersei? But now that we get to this point with Marcella leaving, being sent to Dorne, I guess it would probably make sense that she was spending time with her daughter before her daughter was going to get shipped off. And she was never going to see her again. So maybe that's where Cersei was, hiding out between sleeping with Lancel. That's how she's spending her days and her nights.
Was that part of the agreement that she wasn't coming back from Dorne?
Well, I mean, there'd be no reason for her to come back from Dorne until her brother got married. I mean, obviously she would come back for the wedding, but otherwise, I mean, she would live in Dorne.
Okay, so basically they just did her like they did Theon. Like Theon's family did him.
Well, no, because she was going to marry the Dornish prince.
Yeah, but I mean...
They were about to do her like they did Sansa. Like, Sansa was going to Winterfell, and there was going to be no reason for her to go... going to King's Landing, and there was going to be no reason for her to go back to Winterfell, like, ever.
Okay, I get you.
There was that. He picks on little... what the hell is his little brother's name? Tommen. Tommen's out there crying because his sister's leaving. So, of course, Joffrey got to say some ugly shit about that. And then we get to actually some good stuff. When Tyrion finds out about the wildfire below the castle, or below King's Landing. And then he tells the pyromancer, well, no, now you're making it for me. So this kind of makes you wonder, he knows all that shit's down there. So when they get off this boat, like when the fighting starts in season 8, will he use that? Like, what's he going to do with that knowledge? Like, he knows they got wildfire. So
looking at it now, I'm thinking, is he going to want to use that? Because, like, he didn't want Dany to go there and start burning cities down. But I feel like that's going to play into when the White Walkers make their way down to King's Landing.
Yeah, for sure. If the what? So I guess really not. I guess if it's a win, they make it down there. They're gonna need that wildfire.
Mm-hmm. Right. I was gonna say, so it's a given. It's universally given that we are confirming that the White Walkers are running through Winterfell like it ain't shit.
Yeah. I don't see them holding... There's no way for them to hold Winterfell.
They couldn't even hold a fucking wall. So.
Yeah.
Couldn't hold the wall. You're not holding a couple little walls. So
well, they couldn't hold the wall because the dragon smoked the wall. But we see in that BS little 3-second preview that Dany is in Winterfell. So obviously Dany gonna have dragons with her. So
even that though, 2 dragons versus
and a lot of dragon glass.
I don't think the fight's gonna happen there. And I think I was watching someone's like YouTube video and they were talking about it, and they were like, it's probably not likely that Dany shows up to Winterfell with dragons. Like, I don't think the dragons are sitting outside the gate. You think they would show up there with the dragons hanging outside the gate?
Nah, I figured the dragons would be uncomfortable since it's cold outside.
Well, people would be uncomfortable.
Like, I feel like Drogo would just be like, all right, call me when you need me. Like,
holla. Send the White Raven. I'm gonna eat that nigga, but then I'm gonna realize it's time to boogie.
Yeah, that's that realization when that happens. That's gonna break Dany's heart.
What?
When she sees Viserion.
Oh, when she realizes, yes. When she that same noise that we've heard in other episodes when it's like soldiers marching, fight going on. Then you hear like the dragon noise and everybody looks up in the air and it's like, who's that? And then here she come flying. It's gonna be the same shit when she's fighting damn White Walkers, and then you hear that noise, and she looks around, and then she sees Mr. Blue Flame flying through. It's over. Her heart gonna be like, she gonna have that shock face, and everybody gonna have that shock face because clearly nobody knows that Viserion got resurrected.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
can't wait, bro. This is why I don't like trailers, because now you drop this shit you've been teasing for the last couple weeks, then you drop a date, then you drop another just didn't have nothing to do with anything trailer, teaser, whatever. And I'm just like, man, we got 3 months.
It's only 3 months. It's crazy. We went from years to months. But Sir Davos and his hard truce to Stannis. Yeah, I was like, whatever. We did say we're gonna skip Stannis' bullshit scenes because they were all
yeah.
I mean, I like Sir Davos. I do. I mean, I rock with him. So like, we can include him in whatever he got going on. But yeah, when it comes to Stannis, like, we gotta skip that. And we gotta low-key skip Melisandre until she link up with Jon.
That's true. Because
my personal opinion. Y'all don't have to, but we did agree to Stannis got
I like Sir Davos, but it took me 3 rewatches of this series to realize he had no hands.
Yeah, out the gate.
Look, Ma, no hands.
Right. At the gate. He had no hands at the gate. I do like Sir Davos too.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a really good character. That's a great character come up too. Like just his start from the bottom. Now we hear story is kind of great. I like it.
Just awesome. Right? I rewatched Dragonstone the other day, and his like that introduction to when Dany finally met Jon was like the funniest shit ever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just run off the long list of things that Dany is unburnt, the breaker of chains, and then he's like Jon Snow, the king of the north. That's it. That's all you got.
No, and then when he made that comment, I'm like, you know, come back and I switch sides or whatever he said to Jon about switching sides. Yeah, I might just switch sides. It's like, yeah, I like Sir Davos. I don't want that. Just kind of further leads into we have this great supporting cast of people who we've become attached to. Sir Davos, Jorah, Brienne, the Hounds, Varys,
and the writers know it.
Yes.
The writers know what's coming, man. They know they have to have us so angry.
Yeah, like all these people not making it. It's just not going.
It's way too many characters in a series that y'all said it's gonna be sadness. It's gonna be like 6 movies. Like we know
I think Grey Worm gonna make it out of here. I think Grey Worm's probably gonna be a wrap for him. Obviously, he's gonna be on the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
Wildfire starts getting thrown. Half the Unsullied are gone. Like
right, the Warriors. That's what I said. The Mountain's going. The Hound's going. Grey Worm's going. Jaime's going. I think the Warriors are definitely not gonna make it.
I'm just hoping they don't do this like Harry Potter, and it's one of those things where it's like they just wind up dead. Like you just flash to a scene and you just seeing all these dead bodies.
Yo, I would be so angry. Like don't give me the Tonks and Lupin death.
Yeah.
Like
they're gonna have Grey Worm, Melisandre. No, not Melisandre. Miss Sandy. Yeah. Miss Sandy. There we go.
Yeah, I hope she don't die.
Like why? But why would they do that though? We know
everyone around Dany falls. Like everybody.
I feel like at least one faction is gonna have that happen. Like one of these groups is gonna have everybody except the leader die.
So Jaime's gonna survive, is what you're saying?
I hope so. I'm hoping Jaime is I'd rather have Tyrion be the last Lannister.
Yeah, you know Jaime ain't gonna survive because of what he did to Bran. He gotta come face to face with Bran at some point. Like that realization hit. Like that is gonna have to happen.
I mean, I hope he could be like, well, I've grown since then. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I pushed you out of a window. Well, look how far you've come.
Yeah.
No.
That taught you a lot. You might not walk again, but you have flown.
That boy is getting that. This is Sparta kick. He's straight getting that. This is Sparta kick. Cause ain't no way.
Yeah, Arya's not gonna let that shit rock.
Oh, if you think after what? Yeah, we jumping people. After what Littlefinger did. And how that shit was so unapologetic. What you think gonna happen to Theon if she get them hands? Boy.
Ooh, man.
What?
So speaking of which,
I feel like Jon would cape for him.
Nah.
No way.
Well, I mean,
there's no way.
It's gonna come down to the Sansa thing. The fact that he helped Sansa get out of Ramsay's grip.
That has been that's what kept Jon. I mean, Jon told him that's what kept him from killing him. But I don't think Arya is going to be his friend.
I ain't about to say that ain't going to be what's going to keep Arya from doing it.
Yeah, Arya's not going to fuck.
Not a single, not an iota.
You killed Sir Roderick.
Not a single.
You're right.
Everything that led from...
You got Rickon killed.
Right, I'm about to say, Rickon would have been in the crib. Now he got killed in a damn field. No. I ain't forgiving nothing.
So, Arya ain't gonna be as forgiving as Jon, and I think that might be. There's gonna come a point when Jon's gonna see Arya for the savage she is, and that shit's gonna be shocking to him. So the question is, who the fuck she gonna murk? And I could see it being Theon. If Yara's gone, then Theon tries to come back, and Arya just slits his throat, and then Jon's like, but. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you say. Like,
I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be easy. I mean, a bad adjustment for Jon. But Sansa adjusted quick.
I
She just quick. When she got checked, when low-key got checked, and Arya was like, showed her what's up. And then she saw her fighting Brienne. And you know, Brienne a good 6'3", 6'4". And Arya like all of 5 feet. Like, and she was getting with her. Nah, John done seen too much since he been gone. So I feel like he gonna be like, good. I'm glad you like that. That means I ain't got to worry about you. I can leave you all by yourself and know you gonna handle it.
One could hope. It'll be interesting. Especially since I guess we've gotten confirmation that, well, we know that reunion's gonna happen. Like, okay, we're not gonna talk about that yet. What else happened? This is when they were out. Oh, after they watched Marcella leave on her little boat, and she crying. And this is when Joffrey and them had got attacked. I kept wondering, like, when the fuck this had happened, because I couldn't remember it. And I feel like this might be like out of all the times I've watched this series back again, this is probably only the second time I've watched this scene where they attacked them down there in Flea Bottom or wherever they were at in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
So
that boy got hit with a cow pie in the temple.
He deserved that.
Hilarious. Somebody pitched a damn strike from the balcony. Hey, for a king, he's super trash. He's thinking, like, fresh off the cow pie smack, he got slapped like 3 minutes later on the cow pie side.
You know what? And now it makes sense as to why he treated Tyrion the way he did that day, like when he got married. Like, okay, I see. Because before I was always thinking, it was just like, all right, it was just really the one slap, like way, way back in the day. Nah, Tyrion done smacked this kid a few times and checked him in public a few times. So this was a lot of built up animosity towards Tyrion. So I was like, all right, this makes I get why Joffrey acted the way he did. So if you can ever really get why Joffrey does the shit he does.
Yeah, I was like, it's not like he didn't deserve those slaps.
No, I mean he definitely deserved them, but I mean, you know, a crazy face there.
Deserve more than that.
Deserved that to ass beat, like beat. Theon gets okay. So Theon has done, you know, think he's going full Ironborn. They give him the sea bitch, and
skipping.
Huh? What skip?
Skipped on the most important part of the episode.
When the Hound saves. What's
fuck all that?
Oh,
I'm talking about when Arya ran up on the homie.
Did that happen
yet? Yeah, you went over it.
Yeah. I know.
That happened right after Sir Davos told Stannis he tripping. Are you just gonna let Melisandre run the show? Better watch her ass. And then right after that, that's when Arya was reading the note that she stole from
What did that note say?
I couldn't see it.
But see, and I was hoping you would have that information because I was like, I'm not getting up and rewinding this and going and looking at the TV that hard. So I was like, I was moving around like when that was going on.
Right. I could always go back and see, but yeah. And so that's when she was getting caught. That's when she had to run up on the homie like, yo, name number one. A girl must give 3 names.
Oh yeah, we didn't cover that part. Like, yeah, after Jaqen, after she freed Jaqen, and he promised her 3 names.
You took 3 names from the Red God. You must give 3 names.
So
name number 1.
No, I don't think that was yet. No, that wasn't yet.
He just gave her 3 names. That's when you saw it. She didn't give 1. He just said, you gotta give me 3 names.
So Jaqen also mentions the Red God. So it seemed like everybody named Mama, like all of these
God.
Well, no, I mean they all got those, but like all the auxiliary people seem to be like for this Red God. Because I mean, would that be the Fire God, the freaking Brotherhood, and all the Red people?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the same?
I believe so, but at the same time, wasn't that God supposed to be just an embodiment of all of the gods put together? Like the new and the old? Because like in the House of Black and White, when they had all those statues around, they were like, they all represent the one God.
I don't know. I'll have to look at that again. Because I was like, okay, so would he be down with all the fire and shit? I didn't remember the House of Black and White talking about that. I remember Arya being blonde and getting her ass whooped by what's her face all the time.
The Wraith.
Yeah, that annoying bitch. But I guess we'll just have to put a pin in that and recheck it then when that comes. Because I would like to know where Jaqen H'ghar. Well, we know where he was last seen, but is he just gonna stay there? We never gonna see him again?
Yeah, like is he just gonna let Arya continue running around with these faces?
Who gonna check me, boo? That's how she left. She left with that. Yeah. I mean, well, he let her leave. But
I mean, yeah, he could have let her leave, but that could have been one of those things like, I'll see you later. All right. Let me finish these 3 appointments real quick. And then I'll get to you.
Somebody gonna like, can you show us how you doing that? You show that face thing you do. Man,
I mean, they could. They said all men possess that power.
If you start teaching people, I think they'd have a problem with it, though.
Yeah.
You can't just be out here just, teaching any old body in these woods, our secrets. So you got to earn that right to do that. You got to become no one. But anyway, okay. So we learn what the blast at the wall mean, like the horns.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 for Rangers, 2 for foe, 3 for White Walkers. Learn Sam reads a lot of books. It looks cold. Like, they looked really cold and miserable out there. That shit would suck. Like, I do not... I guess because it seemed like it was cold and dry. It'd probably be worse if it was cold and wet.
Mm-hmm.
But it just looked fucking cold. Like, Nope. So they have 7,800 pots of wildfire. We learned that.
Yikes.
Let's see. Dany and the Warlocks.
And finally teaches Jacaerys.
Yeah, that was, I was like, oh, cute little dragon.
You gonna go? You gonna baby the dragons? Oh, little dragon, like no snake.
Aw, he was so cute. I think that was like this again. This was another filler episode.
Mm-hmm.
It was a filler episode with just a bunch of stuff.
Last part, Brienne pledges her fealty and her life to Cat.
Yep, and Cat says the magic words. You will always have a place at my table and meat and mead, and I'll never ask anything of you.
And she swears it by hook.
The old gods and the new.
Yeah,
it was a nice. Like, at that moment, it was like, oh, yeah, your daughter has the same thing later on. So, all these, like, correlations between Sansa and Catelyn throughout this series. Yeah, there's just all these, like, just...
These parallels.
Yeah.
Between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. It's just interesting, so.
Yeah, I've been seeing... Okay, well, we haven't touched on that yet. We're not talking about the teaser until the end.
Yeah, we're talking about the teaser at the end. Yeah, those are starting to notice those more now. Starting to see it more now. And of course, there's references made to like having her mother's hair color, and you clearly see at one point that they did color her hair to the same color that Catelyn's was earlier in this series. Like, because her hair is not the same color as of right now in this series. Like where they're at in the show, it's not the same color. They dye her hair to make it more red later, to kind of accentuate that as she gets a little older. But Sir Roderick telling Bran that Torrhen Square is under attack. Bran has that dream where he just sees the sea coming to Winterfell. Osha tells him, I don't know nothing about no 3-eyed raven, and she's lying to him. She knows something. She knows it. Obviously, she knows what it is and what that means. And his premonitions or whatever. Zoe Daxis proposes to Dany, and for a brief second, she's like, this might be a good idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All for some ships.
And Jorah, once again, is the voice of reason. All you need is one boat. All you need is one mic. Just one.
You ain't giving up the cakes for some boats and possible ships to rule the world? Huh?
Again, we've never seen a boat in this show. I feel like I need to see some boats first. Yeah, I need to know. Yeah, I need.
Boats at? Literally, y'all in the middle of the motherfucking desert. Where are these boats and how y'all get into them? Because if it was just like that easy, they would have just kept walking to the water. They wouldn't have needed to stop in Karth if this was like that close. So, ain't nobody ever think. I literally never thought of that until this moment. Like, where the fuck are these boats? These alleged boats? Because the spice guy was like, I use them to move my spices. Where they at though?
Where they at? No.
So there's that. Jar talks her down. She looks a little sad, but she clearly gets it. So that was my favorite thing about Danny. It's like she knew what she wanted to do, and when she felt like she needed to do what she needed to do, she did it. But she also listened.
Yeah. So she wasn't Cersei, basically.
Yeah, wasn't Cersei. So Arya and Gendry, did they get up? They didn't leave this episode. Was it this episode?
I think it's the next episode.
No, this is because this was the one where the first dude died. So episode 6, the old gods and the new.
Out the gate, bitch ass. So out the gate with the bitch ass.
Yeah, kill Sir Roderick.
Takes over Winterfell.
So that was the whole sea coming over the walls, dream interpretation. Made sense. We get a ghost sighting. So, we see ghosts out there walking around, kind of doing his thing a little bit. He's always we meet Torrin Halfhand. Guess we kind of met him in the previous episode, but, again, it's like, whatevs. So Peter Baelish shows up at Harrenhal, and he's, taking these double glances at Arya like, what the hell? Yeah, so if he had got like a really good look at her, you would have known, and she knew who he was, because she kept,
she kept trying to hide.
Yeah. So I think maybe he probably just thinking like he's having deja vu, but because he left there, and I mean, there was never the thought or the conversation, like there was never any looking back. Also, I mean, but in that same episode is when the one dude dies, so I think at that point, Tywin was like, something's off around this bitch. So, Jon meets Ygritte.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Just watching this, and it's just like, oh, they're married in real life. So it's like, you gotta let your
I forgot.
Yeah, like, oh, this is how they met. Yeah, I will tell you that was one death I was surprised about. I don't know where I thought that was gonna go, but when she died, I was just like, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
I wasn't surprised. I was just like, can't nobody be happy on this show?
Right. I wasn't either. I'm with Armani at this point of this point of the show. From that point that we're talking about, I was already like, nah, ain't nobody gonna be so happy together. Nah, that ain't happening in this show.
Yeah, it's like that moment they get happy. That's when you got to start to detach from them. You got to start to let them go. You just like, all right.
Oh, they look so happy. So we taking bets over under on when this is gonna end from somebody's death. Right.
I give it 2 more episodes.
Right, that's on the wavelength of when they ship Marcella off to Dorne. That's how I feel about these relationships in the show. They ship Marcella up to Dorne and Cersei, and Cersei hit Tyrion, the realest and meanest statement ever.
Yeah.
I pray that you find somebody you love so hard, all your heart and soul and your mind and body. Then I'm gonna kill that bitch, just so you can know.
And the look on Tyrion's face, like, bitch, why?
What?
Going to Dorne.
What? That was like the for real clutch prayer moment. Like, yo, you thinking she's like kind of repping for you. Like, I hope that you find love. I hope that you, love so deeply, and I appreciate it before I take her from you. Oh, what? Why would you do that?
He was genuinely devastated. Like, he was just like that was a real look on his face. Like, damn.
That was this bitch crazy face. This bitch crazy.
Yeah, he was scared at that moment. And it was like, geez, Cersei. I mean, again, your daughter's going to a summer country. Like, she's going to be in the sand, and just.
Yeah, and at this point, the Martells weren't even, like, aggressors. Like, yeah, they clearly didn't like the Lannisters, but they weren't outwardly trying to wage war.
Yeah.
And if anything, the Martells' beef wasn't really with the Lannisters.
It was with the Baratheons.
I thought it was more with the Mountain.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it was just with the Mountain, really. That was all they wanted. Like,
the Mountain and Tywin.
Not even, well, it was more so with Tywin for having the Mountain, but yeah, no, that I think that really was their only beef, because it was Robert's rebellion against the the Targaryens that led to his sister being killed.
I mean, yeah, but they didn't kill her. Like, Robert wasn't really out here just killing babies at first.
No, I guess that was Tywin orders.
Mm.
I guess, well, that was one of those things where who gave that order to have her and her kids killed. So, well, I guess maybe there was a little bit of cause for concern, but maybe she should have been sent with a babysitter. Let's see. So Arya stole that note.
That would, you know what? Hold on, before we get that far, that would have been the perfect time for them to send Sansa away. Like, not saying they could have sent her away as Marcella's handmaiden. I feel like that's something that should happen.
And then just come back when she needs to marry Joffrey.
Oh wait, she was still promised to Joffrey at this point. Okay.
Cat gets so Cat gets back to Robb at Winterfell, and then they find out together that your favorite person is taking Winterfell.
Wait, no, they weren't at Winterfell. Where were they?
No. She gets back and they find out Winterfell's been taken by Tyrion.
Okay.
By
Theon.
Too many goddamn T names. There's a lot of T names in this show. So they find out about that, and that's when old boy says, "Hey, let me send my bastard son up there to get him this way, because you ain't got time to be trying to go back there and take back your castle and what have you." So Bolton, just like looking at him makes me like irritated.
Right now, I'm thinking back to that episode when Walder Frey was talking with the Boltons. At what point did Robb really disagree with him on what to do? Because he was like, he let Ramsay go up there and take Winterfell. What else did Roose Bolton tell him to do? Robb. Because when he was talking to Walder Frey, he was like, he fought me he fought everything that I said. Like, he didn't listen to me at all.
He wanted to torture the dudes out in the field. Like, he wanted to torture them to figure out what the Lannisters' plans were. And Robb had told him, no, we're not going to be torturing people.
Right.
A man can keep secrets, but a flayed man has none. And he's like, yeah, we're not about to be out here just torturing people. He was like, but it's effective. Robb was like, yeah, that's not how we work. That's not how we operate. Like, whatever. So there's that. I'm pretty sure there's probably just other off-screen shit, obviously, that Roose Bolton wanted to do, and Robb was just keeping him at heel. Jon and Ygritte were forced to cuddle.
Why are you laughing so hard? What's so funny?
Because I giggled through this whole damn scene. Yeah, this shit was hilarious. He's like, stop moving. It's like, what? Yeah, I was like, first off, is he really about to fall asleep? Like, really watching it, like, you are dumb. Like, how are you making it in this world? Because, boy, like, you about to really just fall asleep with this person out here that you don't know, but she know her way around. So, as soon as you actually, like, out cold, you hit REM sleep, she gonna knock your ass over the head with a rock. And it'll just get up and run. Like,
she was tied up. How's she gonna hit him in the head?
I mean, she could have wiggled out of there. She could have got out of there. She could have rolled off. She could have got his knife. She wasn't that tied up. She was walking.
Yeah, it was just her hands that were tied up. She was tied to him.
Were they tied together?
Right, so she moved.
Yeah, because she took his sword and then she cut that rope when she got away.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, she could at least like wiggled away enough to do some shit. Like, basically, she could have started that fire he didn't want started that bad. So, or at least started yelling for somebody. Something. Sansa being Sansa. So my son, why would a stranger want to hurt her? And Shay with them magic words, just don't trust nobody. You're better off trusting nobody at all. And it's like, we shouldn't have trusted you, Shay.
One of the biggest disappointments.
Oh, yeah. Especially like who she was with too. Like, why?
That was definitely the most treacherous. That was more treacherous than Theon turning on the
Starks.
Yeah, that was worse than that to me.
Really?
She deserved to be choked the fuck out.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Ugh, putting poor Tyrion through that. And then let's see, Osha. Ugh. So.
Ugh, why you hating on Osha?
No, I'm saying because she takes one for the team.
Oh yeah.
To get the boys out the castle, and she gets them out. So, yeah, that scene kind of just going back a little bit. Where Bran was, yelling at Theon not to kill Sir Roderick. That shit was sad. And I want angry Bran back. I want Bran to come back with some grit. Like, in this last season, I want him to have a little more bite to him. Just, like, looking back over all this shit that, like, he's, like, been through and seen, like, he's all. I mean, obviously he's seen everything now at this point. But even before that, like he had seen some loss. Like he tried to kill him more than once. So yeah, and he just had way more bite to him back then. So he had a lot.
He had more emotion.
Well, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that because there's a few actors who that has happened to. Jesus Christ, I can't even speak at this point. But yeah, I need Spunky Brand back. So we're gonna talk about that teaser.
All right. So I've already found myself in some deep dives on Tumblr. So are we gonna cover what the teaser was? Is that Mo? Have you watched the teaser yet?
Unfortunately.
Also taking one for the team. We get the Starks. We get 3 of the Stark children. We get Jon, Sansa, and Arya in the crypts below Winterfell. Spoiler alert. Walking around down there, we get these voices. We get, Jon's mom. We know at this point she's Jon's mom.
Mm-hmm.
We get Catelyn's voice talking about, how all this shit happened to her family because she couldn't love
some other
motherless child.
Yeah.
We get Ned telling Jon, he's a Stark. Even though he ain't got his name, he's got his blood. We know what that means. Who else's voice did we hear down there? Was that it?
That was it. It was just, it was Ned, Catelyn, and Lyanna.
Okay. And then, they're walking past their statues, and then they come to their own statues standing there, looking back at them. And then we get, this like cold air kind of blowing through, and as you know, that cold freeze coming through.
Mm.
So now the question is, do we think that means, like, what does that mean?
One of the theories I've seen is that for the fact that Arya and Sansa look their age in their statues, that they're about to die, and then Jon's going to be the last quote-unquote Stark left. Other than Bran. But I guess Bran doesn't really claim any banner now. He's Three-Eyed Raven. Not really a Stark.
Well, that should be. If he says something like that, that'd be crazy. I don't know. I think it was his age. I think it's just because they tried to get his facial hair onto a statue is what they tried to portray as why it just didn't come off well. Because Ned's statue looks like shit too, though.
True.
But don't look nothing like him. But it's stone, so I mean, it is what it is. I guess that. Yeah, at first I thought that, but then going back and watching it like 6 more times, I don't think the statue itself is aged. But I feel like this kind of just goes back to the Bran having something to do with the Night King, because why wasn't he there?
There wasn't enough room in the crypt for a wheelchair. The crypt's not wheelchair accessible.
Hodor was busy.
Hodor is gone.
I'm just for the sake of the argument. Hodor is busy.
It's Hodor getting a statue. Hodor deserves a statue in the crypt.
He don't.
Yes, he does. What do you mean?
Because it didn't lead to continuous survival.
Bran's still here.
You're right. Who else is left out that group that left them?
And we don't know where old girl went.
She went back to her family. That's where she said she was going.
I wonder what happened to her. Like, what happened to them as the Boltons and everybody's taking over the fucking North. We don't know who's like... There's like
left?
People, families in shack somewhere just like, man, fuck this. We gonna mind our business and we gonna stay put.
Mm-hmm.
Just hope don't nobody come bother us.
Well, she had a highborn family, though.
Were they from beyond the wall? No, they were from somewhere in the randomness of the North, but...
Because what was their last name?
I don't remember her first name.
Me either. I remember her brother, Jojen. But... Mira. Yeah, now that you say that, I think her family might be dead. Because all the houses of the North were at Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That sucks. Unless she pops out of there, too.
Mm.
Like, she gonna pop up. That could be a reunion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that cold air walking in, that shit gonna be boring. We gonna get a... Ooh, it'd be if we got a second half of this teaser. Like, right before the show drops or some shit. I don't know. That'd be crazy. But... I don't know. I think this is just that, like, just really a teaser. I really don't think this is going to correlate too much to anything in this show.
Mm-hmm.
I think HBO just...
All I know is all of that fake excitement from it's not fake. It's everybody that knows the show was excited, but don't be giving me a teaser that's just gonna try to throw us off the path, I guess. Off the beaten path of the deep dives that we've all been having as a collective Game of Thrones family. Like, I don't need anything that came out of that trailer to be true. Nothing. Night King don't need to be in no crib. None of them three need to be dead. Like, none. I don't need to. No.
And what was the feather? Like, what was with the feather?
The feather was the feather that they kept putting on Lyanna's statue. Because in the first season, Robert brought the feather for her. In the 5th season, Sansa went in there and replaced the feather. I don't know. She's like feathers.
So I didn't
Yeah, I didn't realize it. Like,
well, either way, none of that stuff. None of it. I like the little dramatic pause. Oh, what is this? It's just some ice. Oh, maybe the night. No. Nope. The Night King can come fuck up Winterfell as long as M3 ain't in there. You kill anybody else out there. I don't care.
Now that Hodor's gone, how are you gonna move Bran quickly? When like shit hits the wall, literally, like
You don't put him on the back of a wagon. No, he has his special horse. That thing that Tyrion designed for him.
I guess put him on a dragon.
No, so all the other stuff is, Arya reads, Tywin's a note, told Jaqen to kill Armory Lorch. And then Tywin thinks this niggas are trying to kill him. They weren't trying to kill you, bruh. Trying to get their life saved. Rob's future wife. Rob
yeah. And then, tries to warn Rob, like, hey, chill out there, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got time for this.
Ease up there, governor. Rob finds out about Theon and Winterfell. Just like he said, Osha took one for the team and then was about to take another one for the team before she was like, fuck that. You gotta die. Hold on. Let's roll. Yeah, Danny Dragons.
Man, I can't wait for Jon to find out that Lyanna is his mother.
Do you think they're gonna go? This is my question, you guys. How long do you think that they said it's gonna be 6 movies? How long do you guys think it's gonna take for the show to like get in on the plot lines that we really want the show to see? Think it's gonna take like an episode or 2 before they're just like, all right, let's hit them with it now? Or are they gonna come out the gate with like, this is your aunt, we're at Winterfell right now. Night King is at Winterfell like right now.
No, I think that that trailer or the teaser scenes of them arriving at Winterfell, I think that shit gonna happen episode 1. I think that's like episode 1, first 10 minutes of the show. They arrive at Winterfell and Jon gets there, introduces Dany. We get the Jon and Arya reunion. We get the Brienne and the Hound reunion. I think we get all that right then and there. I think by the end of the episode, you probably gonna learn the truth. Episode 2, we gonna find out where the fuck Jaime went and where he at. They gonna find out the wall is a fucking wreck and that the Night King has like hit land. And episode 3, entire episode is gonna be the battle with the Night King. Like that's gonna be with that. Whatever the fuck's gonna happen with that, I think that's gonna happen in episode 3. And then we're gonna have the fallout to episode, like if they make it out of Winterfell alive, fleeing from the Night King, because that battle ain't gonna be over, then they're gonna start heading south, and that battle is going to hit King's Landing, and you're gonna have like 2 fights going on at once. Like you're gonna have the Night King and them trying to still on their heels. Episode 4. We get to King's Landing. They fucking up King's Landing. Shit gonna hit the fan. Seriously gonna die in episode 5.
You really got this bullet pointed out. I'm just listening to all of it. I low-key want to take notes and be like, here. This didn't happen until 2 episodes later. This happened 2 episodes earlier. Is this the March Madness bracket or Game of Thrones? All right. This is what's going to happen. So,
I mean, because we know it's going to be 6 episodes, and with them being an hour long, like, it's going to legitimately, I think they're going to be just full on, a lot's going to get answered real quick. I think it's going to move quick. Even though they're going to be long episodes, it's going to be a lot in episode. I figure, episode 3 for sure has to be the Night King fucking some shit up. That's got to be the season arc right there. Like, that's it. But we know it has to end at King's Landing, so
you talking about in general?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say not like whites and White Walkers and dragons and shit like that. You talking about in general, like whoever wins that basic not basic obviously, but like basically wins that battle is going straight to New Orleans. In not New Orleans, what I'm talking about.
New Orleans.
I was looking. Don't judge me. I was looking at something while. And it was the Hornets that popped up. Don't judge me. No, once that battle's going straight to Kings. I was looking at something. So where once that battle's going straight to King's Landing, they ain't licking no wounds and like recovering from.
No,
well, obviously the Night King does what he does, and like I'm licking wounds. Nah, nigga. I'm gonna rise them deads up, join this army.
They're gonna be marching. So I don't think it's gonna be time for that. Like I think it's literally, and I think this is why I say Cersei's gonna die in episode 5, is because the Night Kings they're gonna be in King's Landing, fucked up. They're gonna be battle worn, and Cersei's going to be wanting to kill them. And Jaime's gonna be like, "Bitch, are you like really? You still on this? Like these motherfuckers are literally at our doorstep, and you still trying to, that's what you're worried about right now." And I think Jaime's gonna be the one to kill her, and or Arya wearing Jaime's face is going to kill Cersei.
You've been saying that too.
I have. I'm trying to speak it into existence.
Trying to really speak. Jaime being the good guy, and then damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Riding off into the sunset on a horse with Brienne.
Yeah. I know they ain't
Jaime on the back of Brienne's horse.
With one hand, with one gold ass hand.
See, and I'm saying like that just we know that ain't gonna happen. We know he not getting no happily ever after. That's just not gonna happen. So
right, because all his kids gone.
Yeah, I feel like he gonna die sooner, and Arya they gonna show up there. It's gonna be Arya as Jaime.
We talked about it. We just at this point, there's just certain characters that don't need to die. If you don't let these characters die, then I don't care who you kill off. Arya and Daenerys gotta live. Y'all love Jon. I'm cool with Jon. It's the homie. I like him. But if he dies, like I haven't died. If he dies, I've grown to like him. But we talked about this in the top 5. Like Arya is number 1. If Arya goes, and boy, look. If Arya goes, she better go killing the Night King or somebody. Like she better save the day. She better be a hero when she goes, like a real hero. No, like weak ass hero. Like saved, whoever, somebody non important. Nah, nigga, you go out on your sword, doing the most damage, killing somebody really important.
True. It just makes me Sansa's security, and this is why I think, and this is again. Kind of leads back into the whole Cersei Jaime situation, because when Sansa don't fight, so Sansa gonna be back in the cut while everybody's trying to get their shit together and get ready to fight and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be Cersei is going to try to take out Sansa, and Jaime is going to stop. Like somebody's going to stop that, and that's how Cersei's gonna die. But we all know Cersei's going to die at the hands of Jaime. So that was in the prophecy, and that whole prophecy has come through this far. So because she gonna try it. If she gets anywhere near Sansa, she gonna try to take her out. Any agreements be damned.
Yeah, get that paperwork up out of here. That's what Cersei says. She's like, "Warren, if I see the paper, I rip it up. I rips it up."
For what?
What you mean?
Or hot take. Maybe Cersei ripped those up because she can't read. Hot take. I'll save you because I can't read this.
Oh my god. Well, we knew Jaime had a reading disorder. Like he had dyslexia. Maybe she was too, and she never got the help Jaime got.
Never know. Like I said, so I said hot take. You never know.
It's gonna be like that meme of DW. That's like that sign can't stop me because I can't read.
I can't read. Straight up. She ain't trying to abuse her power. She just like, man, I am not getting to that second rating line. No, get him out of my face.
So what do y'all think's gonna happen? I mean, I gave my
refuse. You lucky I watched the trailer today. You know how I feel.
It's not Captain Marvel, though. I mean, I don't think it's a trailer.
You ever watch Family Guy?
Yes, unfortunately, a lot of Family Guy.
A lot of Family Guy. Okay, so my reaction is the Black Weatherman. What you think gonna happen in Game of Thrones? Niggas gonna die, and that's it. And back to you, Johnny. Straight up. Black weatherman, because man, look, I'm not even trying to do no deep dive hot takes, because I told you I'm gonna go down that wormhole. It's over. I'm gonna be like, then this gonna happen, that gonna happen, and this gonna happen, and this person gonna come from the dead, and then the dragon had sex with another dragon, and then they had mad babies, and I was like, nope. I'm gonna just be hella extra. I don't want to be hella extra.
See, I was riding with the whole Arya taking Jaime's face. But I'm realizing the more I think about it, is that won't add for the show. Because that would mean that Jaime would be one of those off-screen deaths. Because, like, it's not going to be... just looking at it from, like, okay, making the show suspenseful or, like, you're not making it predictable. If we see Jaime die and then we see him later on walk up in the castle, then it's like, we know it's Arya. I mean, it's irony, but is that something you'd really want to see?
I don't want to see it because I know Arya is 5 feet and Jaime's like 6'2". So any nigga that falls for Arya posing as Jaime need to get murdered.
Well, I think it said once before that they somehow magically take on their entire form. So, because when she killed Walder Frey, that chick was shaped completely different than Arya. So,
neck bone meat pies. Fingernail meat pies. Yeah. Shepherd's pie.
They're right here, my lord. How's she baking? How did
she got that much time on her hands?
Hello.
Savage deaths.
For real. Who I just really don't want to die? I don't want Ghost to die.
We need at least one wolf left. And at this point, it's only Ghost and Nymeria.
Yeah.
And unless they have some big battle in Winterfell before the Night King comes, I don't feel like we're seeing her again.
I could see her getting driven south as, everything's going to start moving south. Animals included as the White Walkers move through. So I could see Nymeria and her pack being forced southward.
True.
That's hella wishful thinking. Ain't nobody at HBO worried about where the fuck that wolf at.
We ain't got enough budget for that.
HBO.
Y'all want ice dragons. We can't give you the wolves.
Well, all right. Well, then next episode is episodes... What was that?
7, 8, 9, 10.
Damn, is there only 10 episodes this season?
10 episodes every season until season 7.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So then we'll wrap up season 2.
Getting closer to season 4, episode 1.
Which means we only have 12 episodes left.
Oh yeah, we did time this out. There was a system to this madness.
We'll tackle that next week. Hopefully there's no more trailers for anything between now and then, or teasers.
On Dragon Ball Z.
Does Vegeta become the Night King?
Yo, Night King power up in the Super Saiyan God. I'm turning that bitch off. Be part of the army, nigga, because y'all ain't gonna make it.
Oh, God. It's over 9,000. Take care of yourselves and be good to each other.